All right, good afternoon, everybody. This briefing is on the multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms that are expected late tonight into tomorrow and tomorrow night. We are expecting the first round to move through the area after midnight tonight into tomorrow morning. With this first round, the severe threat and the flooding threat is generally pretty low. Can't rule out maybe a storm that approaches severe criteria, or maybe a storm that could produce maybe an inch of rain or so. But by and large, the severe threat and the flooding threat is pretty low with this first round late tonight and tomorrow morning. The main event looks to be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, with heavy rainfall and flooding possible both on our faster responding streams and creeks and rivers, as well as flash flooding, with widespread 1.5 to 3 inches of rain, with locally higher amounts possible. As such, a flood watch has been issued for the entire region except for Atchison County, Missouri, from 7 a.m. tomorrow through 7 a.m. Wednesday. Severe storms will also be possible, with damaging wind gusts being the primary hazard and large hail and tornadoes being the secondary and tertiary hazards, which we will break down here. This is the breakdown of the different hazards for the severe storms that are possible tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. You can see this broad brush 2% tornado outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Can't rule out maybe a brief tornado or two along kind of the leading edge of this line that we're expecting tomorrow afternoon, but by and large, the tornado threat is pretty low. Severe wind is the main concern for any severe storms, with wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour possible. The hail outlook, again, this broad brush 5% for hail. Can't say we couldn't see maybe a couple areas that, a couple storms that could produce quarter size, $half, maybe ping pong ball. But given the convective modes, severe hail is not expected to be the primary threat. That is expected to be damaging wind gusts. The biggest concern that we have for tomorrow is the heavy rainfall and flooding threat. So this is our most recent forecast here from the afternoon update. And you can see 1.5 to 3 inches of rain in the forecast for a very large area across our county warning area. This breaks it down by 6-hour increments here in different cities across the region. So you can see this afternoon and evening period being the prime time for this heavy rainfall. Again, flood watch in effect, 7 a.m. Tuesday through 7 a.m. Wednesday for all areas except Atchison County, Missouri. I did want to show the flash flood guidance. This is the estimated amount of rain needed to cause flash flooding to begin at 1 hour, 3 hour, and 6 hour increments. Generally speaking, 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain in a 1 hour period would exceed the flash flood guidance. Once you get to that 3 hour, it's closer to 3 inches of rain, and then about 4 or more inches of rain in that 6 hour time period. So this is on our DSS packet. If you want to reference this, might be useful for tomorrow. One last thing here I wanted to look at while I had another minute or two was just kind of to show the general expected evolution of this event. This is the 18Z HER that's coming in now. And you can see we get this MCS that develops later on this evening, kind of over Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, Southwest Kansas, that then continues into South Central Kansas by about midnight or so tonight, and then enters into our area sometime around, this is 7, so that's 2 a.m., and moves through the area. Then we kind of get this lull by tomorrow, mid to late morning, continues through early afternoon, and then we get this second round here of this MCS, kind of QLCS convective line that develops. This is 21Z, so that's 4 p.m., and that moves through the area from west to east, and then we have this kind of trailing stratiform behind it that will continue to bring us some additional rainfall into the late afternoon and evening hours, and then maybe a few little, trailing showers that develop even after that. So that is what we are anticipating for tonight and to tomorrow with the weather. We hope that this briefing has been useful. Thank you for listening.